Supposed to turn my music off. Oh, I don't know about this lighting. Blinding myself. I don't know why my hair has to be weird today, but it's cool. It's a weird hair day. All right. Capricorn, Libra. Pisces. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my live channel. It's been a couple of months. I guess I fell off or something. Sagittarius. Leo. I'm just getting the order for the reading. Yeah, I was like, well, I should probably do a live because I've been MIA. Capricorn. How's everyone doing? 3, 6, 9. Taurus. There we go. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Who am I missing? Cancer. Talking to myself. So the reading is going to start with Libra. I'm just going to go in a random order because that's what the dice said. I feel like I'm sweating. I don't like hot weather at all. Like, how do people do it when they're on stage and they're in front of lights? Like, I'd be sweating. What are the messages for Libra for the weekend? Moving forward. I don't know if I have a moderator in here or not. Ooh. Throat chakra. So there's something you need to say to somebody, or vice versa. There could be someone who needs to say something to you. Victory and success. You have 2 6s. I don't know what that means. With your third eye. I don't know. Some of you guys might be in the arts, you know, because there's some type of, or like a musician because he's playing the little tuba or whatever. I think that if this is what you really want to do, you know, you have the passion for it, I think that's going to drive it forward, and your guys' heart is in it. So whatever this is that you're doing, they're just saying go for it because it's going to be successful, and you're able to discern like the right thing to do anyways. Some of you guys are teachers, or maybe you're going to be teaching. You guys have a lot of talents. I just don't know if you are like open with them. Some of you guys are, some of you guys aren't, but there's definitely communication, you know, being an air sign. You guys are all about balance. It just says it's going to be a good situation, so that's good. The next sign is Aquarius. So I feel like if you are wanting to grow or do something because it's like you want to go on an adventure or do something new, you're going to have to meet new people, I think. Maybe a mutable sign. Triumph is at the bottom. I don't know if there's some addictions or if there's just maybe some fear. I think it's more of your emotions for some of you guys. It's hard for you to make a decision because you don't know. There's something that you don't know about this situation. Some of you guys, this could be something where it was unexpected. Something maybe happened as an accident, but at the same time, I feel like if you have the right intentions and you're being honest about this and you're, you know, not isolating yourself and not talking about it, then not only will you learn something, but I feel like it's going to help heal this, because you still have heartache and loss here, and you have patience and planning and trapped in fear. So, but then the bottom is this triumph with the spiritual union. So it's kind of your own mental space, honestly. It's not that you guys don't have a plan. It's just like you don't know what the other person's plan is. And that's odd, because you guys are like mind readers, aren't you? Telepathic. There's something with communication. If there was something where you guys fell out, if someone got their feelings hurt, or someone just feels like this sense of loss, maybe this is you, maybe this is them. This person likes flowers and dates, so there you go. And let them choose where you go eat, for whoever that's for. So it's all about moving on, Aquarius. And don't quit your day job. Ooh, I don't know what that's for. Ooh, my moderator's here. Amanda's awesome. She's my favorite person in Massachusetts. Ooh, I can't even shuffle. Pisces is next. Good timing. Ooh. Something to do with travel and understanding when it comes to children and accountability. I feel like obviously this is something where you guys can work this out, but it's just like you want this person to take, like, actually have like compassion for the situation and take accountability for their part in this, and not be the emperor, but stubborn old man. The problem with when Pisces is in a relationship, though, is that you can read people and you don't even have to communicate with them. Like, you basically like communicate with them without talking. So I think people just get used to that, and so they don't say shit out loud. But just because we're intuitive and we know what you're gonna do, or like maybe we might have a slight idea, doesn't mean we don't want to hear you say it. Like, you still have to say it, you know what I mean? Balance. So that's really all it is. That's all you really want, is things to be balanced, you know? Maybe go out, do something. Of course you want more money and things to grow, but at the same time, you just want to be happy and go do something, you know? Get rid of those old emotions and go back to that beginning stage, you know, when you guys first started dating, when it was fun, you guys were flirty and whatever, before the stress and anxiety and everything kicked in. You have authority, universe, and wisdom. So there's a couple different things here. One, you know, your guides or whatever are on this person because they know that this person needs to be balanced out, and they're kind of like trying to be stubborn, but at the same time, like, they know, and they're learning a lesson. You're teaching them something. But then when it comes to universe and wisdom, you know, some of you guys are teachers, some of you guys need to take some time out to read a book or write a book or listen to the universe's call in your life to go into the arts in some form or fashion. And maybe because it's Mercury in retrograde or whatever, it's not the right time, but maybe this is the time to plan. Maybe this is the time to get out the notebook and, you know, think about what you want to do and, you know, have a concrete plan moving forward. Because there's definitely like there's prosperity, there's like fulfillment, all that stuff, but it's just like, until we have the decision made and until we have the plan, it's like the universe doesn't know what to send us. And if you're like me and you overthink and you like, you know, when there's a computer with like 50 browsers open, that's basically how my brain is. So they're probably like, I don't even know what to send this crazy bitch, you know what I mean? You're gonna be remembering something about your past too. You'll be making a clear decision, but taking your power back, you know. You'll be able to be more social when you gain more experience. Some people do parties where they read too, to like their friends and stuff. So I don't know, maybe that's what they're trying to say, like people you're comfortable with. Scorpio. I love you, Mommy. I love you. What's the message for Scorpio? Scorpio, some of you guys are balancing out like your abilities, you know, the whole point of gaining more knowledge and learning things, but it's more about like rewiring your brain, but balancing out the in-between and using both parts of your brain. I think that that's what's happening now for you. There's some kind of decision here, but it's kind of a repeated cycle for you guys, and it's like you're also picking up on the collective unconscious energy, and it has a lot to do with accountability. It has a lot to do with, but you, because you're empathic, you're going to pick up on other people's energy, so it might not even be yours. And there's like 6 cards. So you have triumph, passion, transformation, partnerships and alliances, the waiting game, and emotional withdrawal. And the bottom is destiny, withstand your ground, and throat chakra. So there's something you definitely need to say, whether it's to speaking into the universe or people around you. I mean, you're going to know what that is, but it is communication. I do see a really strong partnership here that's going to be transforming. Maybe there's something, you know, for this to grow the right way, you know, you guys have to do a test run or figure out what you want to do. But I do feel like someone's like pulled out of their emotions. They're not in them. Their name is Bennett and they're not in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of weird for a Scorpio, but I think we're checked out. We're doing other things right now. We have some kind of idea that we're doing, and there's really no stopping it. You know what I mean? We're going to have to just keep going, but there's something to do with communication skills and teaching. I think that there's a lot of knowledge here. There's a lot of channeling. There's a lot of, you know, some of you guys have had to spend a lot of time on your own, but at the same time, it's because when you're going through a spiritual awakening, and you're around the wrong type of energy, then those people are going to drain you, and that's not something you need at that time. And you kind of have to figure out on your own how to handle your energy before you go back out and do the same things that you've done in the past. And other people don't really understand that, you know. I do feel like there's some freedom here when it comes to creativity. So even if there's issues, even if you have to change your vision a little bit, it's just about releasing the expectations or like when this is going to happen, just knowing that it is. Gemini. Something about making a decision, because your guys' brains are on 42. You know, you have a lot of activity, but you guys are also very intelligent. Some of you guys could have recently got engaged. Some of you guys feel like there was some kind of message. Maybe you saw, you have a lot of anxiety and stress right now, but I think that you guys are getting hit with a lot of this energy that's going around. And it kind of came out of nowhere, but at the same time, they want to encourage you to, you know, channel with the good people in your corner. You know, you guys have the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. So let's just make sure we're listening to the right side, you know what I mean? And not getting stuck in a negative mindset, because you have a lot of experience in a certain area in your life, and there's something that you've been really curious about. It could have something to do with healing or like expansion or growth, and when you get hit with this, it's like this is what they want you to do. So whatever you're curious about, go after that. Deception and envy, trapped in fear, wisdom, truth. So honestly, this is more about you kind of overactively thinking about something where you might have had the wrong impression, or this person did, because they're trying to show you like this might be a really good person for you, or vice versa, but it's kind of your own self-esteem, or maybe this person you're dealing with self-esteem is like you make them really happy, or vice versa. But I think that someone just is so used to doing things in a routine way, like probably they do the same thing every single day, and that's like they don't ever stray from that, you know what I mean? But with the Jupiter energy, it's like someone wants to be more social, maybe someone wants to talk more and go out and do things. You have patience and planning, solar plexus, and spiritual strength. So it is important to have patience and plan this out the right way, and to build yourself up, your confidence, and figure out, you know, what makes you happy. And maybe a compromise would help the situation, because then you guys can make a decision together about this instead of being stuck in the same energy and not saying shit about it, you know. Some of you guys are really spiritual people, or maybe this is about maybe doing more meditating, and staying out of the lower vibrational energy, because your brain could go
Mom, there's two of them.
in the wrong direction.
There's one right here and one.
It fell down.
She put some money in there. She wants some help. They itch her. There's one right here. There's two over here somewhere.
Let me see. Let's just take them out for now. Let's just leave them out for now. Well, Mommy will put them in when I'm done, okay?
She doesn't want them. I don't want it.
Oh, you want them out?
Yeah, I don't want them because they hurt. Oh, there's one right here. This one's.
Aaliyah could have helped you.
Yeah, I tried. I only got 4. Or 3.
I don't know. These little tiny freaking... Okay, I got it. Oh, Jesus Christ, Eve.
Get out of here!
She gotta go. She gotta go.
Got it, Mom.
Get out. All of you. Scared the shit out of me. Sagittarius is next. Intermission. Sagittarius. So there's definitely some kind of divine plan here for you. Did someone ask you guys out and you keep coming up with excuses or something? Like, or did someone tell you something about this person so you're not really sure what to think about them? It's almost like make a wish, you know what I mean? Because you can do whatever you want. There's a bunch of different opportunities here, but at the same time, how's there supposed to be any progress if you don't communicate with this person, or they don't communicate with you? They are loyal and honest, if that's what you need to know. But there's something that they don't tell you, so I think that there's some kind of... Aaliyah, shut my door. Aaliyah. Somebody ended up walking away from this pretty hurt, even though it was a spiritual union. And it's like they're thinking a lot about you, or you could be thinking a lot about them. And it's like, you know, deep down that this is something that's meant to be, but there's like, it's not going anywhere, it's not growing, it's not expanding, and it's like there's a lot of karmic lessons here for this person or you. And it's that parallel universe again, where this person has to learn something, and they have to gain discernment for their life, to free themselves out of a situation. And you can't do anything for them until they decide for themselves like what this is, and you know, can they be reliable? Can they be the man of the house? Can they be loyal? You know what I mean? Or are they still playing? Like, some of you guys might know their sibling or something like that, or something popped off. But it's really about releasing expectations, because when we hold expectations for people, it's like we're the ones that get let down. Because why do we have certain expectations for situations when things change all the time? And if we don't set those bars, or we don't have those expectations, then you don't really get let down. You just go with it. Aaliyah, close my door. Prosperity begins, throat chakra, and awareness. So it's like this opportunity's here. You know that it could work out in the long run. But are you listening within? Are you listening to your intuition? Is someone more concerned about their career right now? Maybe that's their focus. There's some kind of like realignment. You know, when a train's going down the tracks and they like switch it over to the other one, you know what I mean? It's doing something in a different way. Expressing your individuality with your communication. showing that strength and working together with another person. And, you know, I think that you don't even know how strong you guys are. You don't even know the presence that you guys hold for some of you guys. And now with this Jupiter energy, it's like all super lovey-dovey and commitment and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, whoa, you know, I'm going to work. Or that's what this person is. It's like, it's not that they didn't choose you. I think that someone like jokes around a lot and you don't know if they take you seriously or something like that. But there's progress, there's hope, but it's about gaining the awareness. And the deception is that this person never really told you their feelings. Like, this person has had this poker face for the longest time, so you thought they were lying to you, but at the end of the day, like, this person never really expressed to you what they already knew from the day one, literally. I don't know what's going on with my throat. It's a frog. Something to do with kids and siblings, and protecting them. It's going to be some kind of crossroads for someone, and I think that you're going to need to make a decision about what you want to do with that. Aaliyah, I'm about to knock you out. Come shut my door. It'll be figured out, but fulfillment of wishes. Shadow, spiritual strength, spiritual union, and mental conflict. They have to face their shadow by themselves. Or you have to face your shadow by yourself before this can come together. You both have to find your strength on your own. And I think that sometimes we get in relationships where one person's like, you know, that thing where someone's always doing more than the other person. But this is to the point where it's like, this is in fruition and it's here, but it's just like, this person doesn't want to admit that maybe they have some catching up to do. You know what I mean? That they have to like catch up to you basically, even though they want this new beginning, you know, but they know that they need to change in order to get this, and they're having a hard time. Maybe they're getting like hung up on the Mercury energy, or they're holding on to something that they shouldn't, and they got to fight that battle alone. Even though you guys are definitely on the same page, but I think that this person has probably, you know how you use one side of your brain? It's like their entire life they've thought the same way, but this is about expanding on that and thinking about things in a different way so you guys can come together in a healthy manner. And that might require isolation. Hello. Where are we on? Leo. Some of you guys could be going through a pretty heavy transformation too. I see the butterfly here. I think that maybe it's time to spread your wings and, I don't know, go on a trip. Don't be afraid to. I know that there's always this reunion with this person in your life, but and it's like you really want this, but it's like this could almost hinder what you're trying to do for your life, because you're like maybe in a good place and this person's still in the same place, if that makes sense, and they're just like, some of them might even need treatment at this point. They have some father past energy that they're like projecting it on you, and maybe they drink a lot. Thank you, Amanda. This person needs to learn. They need to grow up a little bit and deal with whatever abuse they went through, you know, and you can't hold their hand through this. And I think that's the biggest thing that everyone has to learn this year, is we don't have a choice. We got to face our shit, and no one really wants to, you know what I mean? But you can't do it for them. Balance, accelerated motion, harmony. But where are we at? Trapped in fear. Did someone go to jail? Someone fall down some stairs? Jesus. it's just gonna take some patience, and it's like, yeah, you want this person, but someone needs to move on. I'm not saying everybody. When you talk to them on the phone, whenever this happens, and it's like they don't sound right to you and they're really confusing, they might need to go get some help. So positive movement forward, love begins, victory and success, accelerated motion, balance, and harmony. So it's like there almost is like distance is needed if this is the person that you want to be with. This person needs to go on their journey, or you do. Maybe just go somewhere, you know what I mean? I don't know if you're a sailor or if you want to go on the lake, or just go watch the sunset, go outside, go do something. But at the same time, the best thing for this right now is to be this person's friend if you want them in your life, because they have some work to do and you can't be their mom. Love begins is about you or this person learning to love themselves. Those parts of themselves that are so fucking toxic that they latch onto things, or they lash out, or they do certain things. This is self-love, you know. This is finding the balance within themselves. And if they have an imbalance in their brain, then it could be medication, but it's bigger than mental health here. This is, I don't want to say drugs, but something. This is like you kind of speaking this out, like, you know, if you want to wait for this person, or, you know, you want to encourage this person, that's one thing, you know, but at the same time, you can't teach them anything. You shouldn't be giving them anything. And yeah, I would talk to them, but there's certain things that shouldn't be said. So maybe, I don't know, maybe wait a little while before you do anything with this situation, because the desire that's here doesn't change the reality of the situation. And that's kind of like a sense of individuality, because that's only the time true harmony is within two people. You don't have true harmony when you're looking for your other half in another person and you haven't dealt with your shit. It becomes codependent and then kind of toxic, and then we keep repeating those same cycles, and it gets abusive and it gets scary. Aries, how do I always pick up on gambling for you guys? What are you guys doing?
The fox is here.
Okay.
Help me.
Some of you guys might be really good at gambling. Like, do you play poker or something? Blackjack? Someone's engaged, or they will be. So in the house of money and assets, so I feel like I don't need it in here. Just leave it out there. That's the water. You don't need to bring it in here.
Here's this. What's this one?
Okay, just, can you close my door? That's just the water. Just leave it alone. You know a lot about something, but you don't really ever talk about it, do you? That's crazy. So you have mental conflicts, patience, and moving on. You did plant the seed. Some of you guys might be having a baby. You definitely planted the seed. But you know kind of what's best for the situation. This is really tempting for you though, isn't it? Because they do something to your energy. It's not, I don't want to say illusion, but it's kind of weird, or it happened really fast. But I feel like this is really about moving on, like moving forward, but there's still some secret energy here. So what is the secret? They're not going to tell me. Someone's really conflicted about this. Are you worried that this isn't your child, or are you just like have a lot of emotions because this is happening so fast, or this is what you wanted? Some of you guys could have lost a child in the past, so maybe that's why you're nervous. I think this is important to like collect your thoughts, make sure that you're thinking your own thoughts, and have confidence in this, and Find a way to be optimistic, even though you might not be able to sometimes. Expressing yourself in a positive way, even if you're like faking it, helps at times because you're feeding your subconscious with positive energy. Aaliyah, get out of the hallway! Something with genetics and fear. So maybe there's something that runs in your family.
Okay, let's open that box. She needs help. It's just water.
Aiden, get out of the hallway.
Stop. Go over here.
You're gonna figure it out, but something has to, like, you have to come to some kind of understanding on your own, or this person does. It's gonna stress you out, and someone might get a little aggressive with the communication, but there's no point in suffering in silence. Capricorn. Capricorn is wishing to work something out. Someone wants commitment, someone is committed. You feel like you put a lot of effort into something and you're still hopeful that this will work out. You feel like this is the person that's meant for you. Maybe you're just thinking about the situation, but there has been some bullshit, hasn't there? So, you know how when a dolphin like mates for life, some of you guys thought that this was a person, or like they might have thought that was another person. I feel like there's a lot of like anxiety about this because you don't really understand. Like you're trying to be patient, but you're like fighting with yourself, and you're not really saying anything, and it's just kind of causing a lot of issues, a lot of challenges for you. But this is about like your personal power. You have fulfillment of wishes, victory and success, and shadow and emotional withdrawal. So it's like they're dangling this in front of you and telling you you can have it and whatever you want, but it's not this one thing that you really want, basically. And your shadow has a lot to do with commitments, maybe marriage, maybe how it is that you care about other people, what type of mother you had, you know. But it really has to come down to what your happiness or this person's happiness. And I think that someone is focused somewhere else. And there's a divine plan here, but I don't think that it's what you want, or this person, like it's not exactly what you had your heart set on, and there's not much you can do about that. But at the same time, those expectations, you know, we have to release that. Things could change, you don't really know. Nothing is set in stone. But I think that, you know, it's hard to deal with this. So someone kind of backed out, but they're still dealing with their emotions, just not in front of you, or vice versa. They do have a big heart, but get that out of here. You came in here like 3 times, Leah.
I know, but this person's not.
There's like these snack boxes you can buy, and there's a bunch of like little bags of chips and shit in there. My kids eat them in a day. Everything but the goddamn peanuts, and they're like sugar or something on them. They're nasty. Taurus. Universal law of cause and effect. So what you give, you get. Some of you guys just want to move. Some of you guys want to like travel. I think that you guys are growing. Some of you guys are, maybe you don't even realize how much you're like repairing yourself because you don't really see it, or you maybe, but other people do. It's kind of odd. Like you feel like a part of your life is like stuck in a certain place, or maybe this is past energy, but I honestly feel like you're a different person. Other people think you're a different person too. Maybe you should be, you know, if you guys are those people that encourage other people, then be encouraged as well. You know what I mean? Because that compassion that you have, that loyalty, that individuality, it's like really powerful. And I think that the more you talk about it, or the more you talk to people, it's like helping you. Base chakra, stand your ground. Maybe you guys finally like stood up to someone and you're like, listen bro, you know what I mean, I need you to tone it down like 4 notches, you know what I mean, I'm tired of fighting, blah blah blah. But at the same time, like, I think your heart is healing a little bit. Oh, the ego's starting to fade away. That's good. That's what it is, an ego death. That's good though. We all have to do that sometimes. There's a party here, some kind of a surprise party. Damn it, if there's a surprise party for you guys and I just blew it, listen, it wasn't my fault. You guys are getting enlightened too, but it says choose wisely because of these new beginnings, patience and planning. You have foundations and achievements, but then there's something that you have to give up. And god damn it, if it's not that ego. To get this partnership that you want, you have to leave something behind. Movement, choices, decisions, but choose wisely. It's almost like, you know, in the movies where they have the donkey with a carrot in front of their face, or a horse or whatever, like they're dangling it in front of your face, but they're like, choose wisely, you know what I mean? Like, give me the fucking carrot, you know? But I think that you're finding like a better sense of grounding, and that's pretty big for you because maybe it's been a long time since you felt like you were really home, or like something was solid, or I don't know. You're definitely protected from whatever. There's kind of some weird energy. Be careful about how you think about things and what you subject yourself to, because sometimes pleasure brings in some dark energy. You definitely have people on deck though. Who's next? Virgo. Everything we need will be provided. That's your, what you need to say. Whoa. Jeez. Discontent and boredom. Spiritual union. Material harvest. Solitude. So I'm sure a lot of people are fucking bored, stuck in the house, but at the same time, you or someone you're dealing with is stuck in the house together with this person for a reason, because you shouldn't be going off by yourself anymore. You have to learn to communicate with this person, because this is a really strong spiritual union you have. But there needs to be some honesty here, people. There needs to be some self-expression. And it's like this material harvest is here, but you're really stressed out, for one. Two, you don't really need to be stressed out, because whatever you need will be provided. But there's something that you have to learn. Instead of pretending like everything's fine, or, you know, blowing up over dumb shit, or not, I don't know if this person needs encouragement or vice versa. Maybe you both do, but you're like literally each other's twins. So this is like grounding that energy, you know, remembering what makes you happy and what brought you guys together in the beginning. Like, if we focus on the things we don't like about a person, and that's all we focus on, then it's gonna ruin things. It's gonna be in a negative place. But if you focus on the things like that brought you to this person, the good memories, like whatever made you laugh, or you guys as children, or, you know, that you guys were friends first, or, you know, that you still have this goddamn ring for this person, but you're too scared to say anything. We have to get over this past life shit with this person, because you guys are both ready to do that, and you both have these talents and abilities to move this forward and to bring this in, but you're so focused on the issue, or maybe this person is, you know. Someone needs a fucking nap too. Someone just wants you to be like, hey, good job, you know what I mean, instead of like not talking and walking out, basically. Someone's ego is getting in the way. This shit is like not going anywhere, so you might as well sit down and work it out, you know what I'm saying? Let the past go. Cancer's next. I dropped something. Emotional loss. What are the messages for Cancer? There's gonna be some kind of harmony through conflict here. There's something like you haven't said or you've been holding back. Like this is gonna be worked out. You'll be getting like good news about this if there's something you've been wondering about. But you also have kind of good luck energy around you. But it's time to take care of yourself. Somebody's mother wants them to take care of themselves. Someone wants you to be happy. Like go have fun. Nurture your inner child. Like what inspires you? Like what means something to you? Like maybe you need someone to encourage you or someone to like let you know that they've been through something similar, or maybe you do that to other people. Patience and planning with triumph. Stand your ground. Intuition. So with power, patience, and positive movement forward, you know basically everything there is about this situation, but this person will not drop this ego down. They're really smart and they have a mouthpiece, but at the end of the day, like they're still half and half. At the end of the day, like they are still very much in their ego and very much like in an old man status. And you're like, I'm trying to be patient with you. I'm trying to like work this out, you know, but let's be honest for a second. We need to grow this. We need to do something. We need to make it better instead of staying in this energy, because your intuition is definitely on point, but there's a lot of heartache here and loss, and it's like, but then the passion's still here. So it's like, it's time to make a decision. Like, what do you want to do? There's movement, choices, and decisions. You have more than one. It's like you have a couple different doors you could walk through. You know, you could work this out, or you could have the courage to walk away, or you could sit and wait. It's up to you, you know what I mean? But I honestly feel like no one could tell you, and maybe you're not really sure at this time, or this person isn't, but I do feel like you guys are going to be back together, but they need to come back in a better way. Like, yeah, they sit and reminisce and they have all these memories and stuff, and there's passion, but they're still kind of being a dick, you know what I mean? And you put a lot of time in, so I think I did all the signs. I'm going to go back and see if I can see my comments. Thank you for the super chats. Bored as shit. I did Libra first. Hi, Lisa. And Felix Ann. I'm like late on this, but I can't look at my chat and read my cards. It's complicated. I have to dye my hair already. This is crazy. Yeah, I did. Libra was the first one I did. I don't think you were in here when I did Libra. I don't think so. He's had that ring for a long, like 5 months, 5 weeks. Suckfish. You're welcome. Someone needs to take someone on a date. There's some kind of party someone wants to go to. They want to go get them flowers, take them out. Tell them how you feel about them. you know, sometimes I wonder, like, what got us in the mindset where we can't have whatever we want? Like, you know, we've been conditioned and programmed for so long that we forgot, like, no, I can have that. Like, no, I can go get that, you know? So it really is just reprogramming it. And it's just like, don't sit in like negative energy, like you could never have this, or you can't do this or whatever, because I think you can. And I think the universe is more than willing to give it to you, especially now in this crazy ass energy. It's bringing in a lot of new things, but the only way new things can come in is if you let old shit go, you know? Do some cleansing, do some cord cutting if you have soul ties, because people think that that's your soulmate. No, that's a soul tie, you know what I mean? That's actually like demonic. That's why it's addicting, but you got to think that's why you keep going back to it, but it's not healthy. Sometimes we have to walk down the road alone to find ourselves, and then we have to remember how we got there. And I think that then you'll realize why you're stuck. Maybe it's a karmic lesson. Maybe you need to just chill out and let the universe take over, or you know what I mean? Things have to transform in one way or the other. Like, they can't always stay the same, and that would be really boring anyway, wouldn't it? We have this like idea that's embedded in our brain that, you know, people last forever, relationships last forever. Like, you know, every Disney movie is like they all end up getting married and like Prince Charming, but it's like that's not really real for everybody, you know? I feel like they automatically get married at the end of the movie, but like they're probably bored as shit like a couple weeks later, you know what I mean? Like they just jumped the gun. Like, and then we grow up thinking like, well, where the fuck is my Prince Charming? Okay, I want to be a mermaid and go and be with a dude, you know what I mean? Like, but no, I don't get to do that. But they're all happy on the fucking ship, you know what I mean? Riding off into the sunset, and here I am, you know what I mean? I hear you.
No, in this water.
Those are Jacob's water.
Huh?
Aaliyah.
Oh, they're Jacob's water.
Yeah, so don't drink them all.
Okay. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, my mom said.
I don't know. Does anybody have any questions? I could do a couple before I go. Thank you, Lisa. All I know is I do not want to go outside. I could never live in a hot state. But I don't like it in the tundra either, so where the fuck am I supposed to go? You know what I mean? Fuck. What was I talking about? Oh, the Little Mermaid. Will you fulfill your purpose? I think once you get rid of your fear, and there might be some health issues, there's really nothing holding you back, but you're kind of repeating a cycle. Other than that, you're limitless. You might need to travel somewhere, or there's something with communication. Yeah, this ego, but sometimes ego comes with fear too, and you have some options, but it's like you have to decide what you want to do with this. I keep seeing travel to gain more experience about something. I don't know, are you one of those people who goes to a different state like certain times of the year or something like that? I don't know what that means, but there's something about growth and not sticking in one place, if that makes any sense. My hair is driving me fucking nuts. I'm gonna do a weird little thing. Does anybody else have any questions? Half the time we're the ones that self-sabotage shit. Like, we're the ones holding ourselves back, you know? It's madness. But if we devoted the same amount of energy and time into doubting something than actually trying to work it out, then I wonder how much different the world would be, you know? I'm just saying. Considering I've done the same thing over and over I would just keep running into the same wall. I guess I just thought eventually it would break. Who's coming towards Aquarius? Okay. My PayPal is Acacia Hemphill 795. Is Amanda still in here? Could you type that for them so they know where to make a donation? But what was, does MSF, what messages does MSF have for me? Someone's really independent. Someone has is really strong. I think that there's something to do with a level of uncertainty, but at the same time, you're strong enough to figure this out. You have conflict and defeat, the waiting game, and harmony. So something ended up happening where someone felt defeated, and now we're kind of waiting for this to come together, but it's like they haven't really went anywhere. You guys are still spiritually connected for sure. And then at the bottom, the foundation and achievements is here with the universe. So don't stay in the defeated energy for too long, you know what I mean? But at the same time, someone needed to do some work on something. There's some temptation energy here. And then you have the Emperor. So it's like someone needed to get their strength back, or maybe not be so stubborn. I don't know what that. Let me see if I can type. Can I type on here? No. Oh. I think the link or the email address or the link is in the description box on this live for my PayPal. L. Baker says, what is around the corner for me? Jupiter. So there's definitely romance here. And so it's kind of like, have you spent a lot of time by yourself? Are you someone's bored? I think that there was something that someone needed to do, or you did. It's like some kind of trip here, but there's definitely a plan. There's some type of person that's like a soulmate energy from your past. Someone you think about a lot, but they never really maybe recognize the connection, or they never really went anywhere. Someone was really emotionally closed off and maybe had some things to deal with. This kind of got cut off. Like there was an interference here because of what this person was dealing with, but you're just like, they're still really connected to this, and like there's a lot of like light energy around this. I feel like you guys could, if your communication skills got a little bit better and they forgive their mother, or you forgive your mother, something like that. Someone has to be willing to like release something and put more effort in. Who's coming towards Aquarius? Someone has feelings, but you guys are fighting about something. I don't know if someone walked away or they just don't talk about their emotions. Is it a Sagittarius or a Scorpio? It's like they have a hard time making a decision, or you do. But if the truth was spoken, I think a part of you knows what decision to make, but at the same time, something to do with a career and travel for you too. But there's been some challenges, and I think that's maybe why you don't want to deal with emotions. So like you're leaning more towards maybe financial gain or spirituality a little bit, but who's to say you can't go back and do whatever it is that you want to do? So it's like you're balancing this out. Like there's a potential here for whatever, but it's up to you to kind of look past the haze of the situation and, you know, recognize something. Or you're going to be, maybe you're going to get a promotion in some area of your life, but it's like you felt like you lost, or somebody felt like they lost and they like overthought this. But there's like a lot of spiritual energy with this person still, even though there's still heartbreak. So be careful with that temptation energy, or this person needs to, I think you're going to be tested or something like that. There has to be a level of understanding that's reached. I don't know if that's you or them. My phone is hot as hell. Should I continue my online business? A social media business, yeah. It just really hasn't been discovered yet. It'll be successful if you're manifesting in this energy, but it's almost like getting the word out, or like socializing more, or I don't know how many platforms you're on, or what kind of channels you have, but I think that you're going through a phase in your life right now where there's still some shadow work that needs to be done, and you're like trying to find this balance here and this harmony to get this foundation and achievement is here, but it's like it's not quite time yet, if that makes sense. They want you to gain your personal power back and not be stuck on, you know, if you, I don't know if you doubt yourself, or if you think that like the idea is wrong, or like maybe you're busy a lot, or you're not really sure, but at the same time, there's a little bit more growth that needs to happen, if that makes sense. Like this is a part of a plan, but it's gonna go in their time, not yours, if that makes sense. But yeah, they want you to have more confidence and, you know, have like, gain a little bit more enlightenment, if that makes sense. I'm gonna get off here. I hope you guys have a good day. I will be back probably tomorrow with some type of reading, either a pick a card or a live. Have a good night.